Hi, and welcome to How to Joy, a podcast about the big, small, quiet, and loud ways that joy shows up in our lives. This podcast is an exploration. It's not a manual or a to-do list. It's a question, a practice, a space to notice joy when it bubbles up, to remember it when it feels far away, and to hear how other people cultivate it in their own lives and to be inspired by that. My hope is that this becomes a place to be reminded that joy is still here, still possible, and still ours to claim, even in the midst of the hard things. Thank you for being here. Now let's begin. Hello, and welcome back to How to Joy. We are back with another episode with one of my dear friends. His name is Arturo. Hello.
Hi, Maggie.
How are you this fine evening?
I am so excited to be here. Thank you for having me.
Yay. Absolutely. So we will start how we always start, which is, how do we know one another?
I met you, I don't even know how long ago, a few years ago. 4 years, 5 years ago?
Maybe 2021, 2022. One of those.
One of those.
Yeah.
Before COVID.
No, not before.
Definitely before COVID.
You think?
Yes.
Wow.
Absolutely. Sorry, I used to live at this. Oh, no, you're right.
No, I don't think so.
No, yeah, you're right. After COVID. Anyway, it was one night at Soria's house in Parker. And I knew about you because, of course, you were dating Soria, and I was dating Soria, so we were metamours there for a bit. Yes. And I remember seeing you there, of course, giving you a big hug and saying that I heard about you and that I wanted to get to know you better and all that. Yeah.
You were so welcoming. You were. But it was kind of ships passing in the night because I was leaving.
You were leaving and I was just getting there.
I do remember that.
Yeah.
But before we started recording, I think I kind of forgot that we were metamours, and you reminded me. I'm like, oh yeah, we started off as metamours.
Yes, I remember that because, of course, Soria talked so much about you.
Aww.
And I just wanted to meet you. And there's like those things that you don't know when you're going to run into each other. And of course, I was not going to be like, hey, Maggie, we should meet. We're metamours.
Metas unite.
Yeah.
No,
but yeah,
I'm glad you didn't do that.
Yeah, I did. I wouldn't do that. But yeah, I think we've been friends since then.
That's true. And that was at the height, I think, of y'all's poly family.
Yep.
I was excited to be at that gathering. It was like a dinner, right? That's what was going on. But also a little intimidated, but you all were so welcoming and it felt really lovely.
You were not friends with anybody of the family before?
No, I knew some people, but mostly it was more like I saw you all online.
Oh, yes, you're right, with the photos and all that one.
Poly family. And I think that's the first time I met Soria's children as well. And for those listening, Soria is the same Soria that was on the last episode. So, yep, same Soria.
Same, but different.
Yes. Yeah. But that was lovely. And yeah, we've been friends ever since.
Yeah. Man, and now I want to know the year. I'll probably go back to the photos and find out for how long we've been friends. Because it's like the 2021 after COVID.
I always think, were we wearing masks when we went out?
And I don't think we were.
Yeah, when I was dating Soria, I don't think I was. And dating another person at that time as well, and that helps me. So I think it was 2021.
Yeah, 5 years then.
Yes, 5 years.
And counting.
Lots of parties.
Lots of parties, that's for sure.
Indeed. Well, every time I hang out with you, it's very joyful. So we could have talked about a lot of things. And I think an important thing that I really am happy we get to talk about with you is the joy and also the reality of immigration.
Yep. I mean, there are so many different kinds of immigrants, and I think just people are not, well, I don't want to like make a generalization because we in our circle, and we all know, it's just, other people, they really don't understand or don't get it or don't want to understand or get it.
So you are saying the people in our community, we're pretty woke. We're woke AF.
Yeah.
I really don't get it.
Yeah.
That's true. We all have our biases and our blind racism things,
Yeah.
you know, or not even blind. But this country was built on immigrants.
Yeah.
And just some of my most dear people either are not from this country or their parents weren't or their grandparents. So I just don't understand.
I just think there's just lack of curiosity.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think in our community, because probably we're woke, we want to know more than judge.
Right.
Right? When something is different, or at least the people that I know that I want to be friends with, when something we don't like something, we approach it with curiosity.
Yes.
Right? Why?
Mm-hmm.
No, why I don't like this, or tell me your story and like what is happening, instead of being like, oh, everybody says that this is bad, so I'm just gonna assume it is and just go from there.
Right.
Yeah, when you start at that level, then you just never want to know. And I just think that lack of curiosity is the most important thing, in my opinion.
Me too. But if you're not curious, you don't want to travel typically. And for me, my travel experiences and doing those summer camps where I got to meet people from all over the world, children from all over the world, you just realize we are mostly the same. We all want the same things. One being joy, by the way. I don't understand the threat.
Yeah, I mean, when you travel to another country, like I did,
yeah,
like you travel somewhere and you see people where you are is curious about them.
mm-hmm.
Yeah, when they see you, right, in other places and you are different, what they want to know is like who you are. It's like it's all curiosity, who we are. That is what is important, like, to me, when we go into like meeting people, trying to know them instead of judging them.
Exactly.
For whatever reason. But I agree that people who travel, you can immediately tell that, they've been places, so they know that there are different views and people.
So I would love to hear about your story of how and why and all the things of why you came to this, well, especially now. Maybe if you could take a time machine, would you still come? But no.
I always tell a lot of people, that I came here to climb, which I did. I did have a climbing sponsorship, and I came to Colorado to climb. But the reason why I decided that I wanted to get a sponsorship and I wanted to come to climb is because I was following a girl that moved here from Ecuador.
Classic.
and I was absolutely in love with her, and I think she was in love with me too, which is why I moved to Colorado, but she lived in North Carolina, because I wanted to be tough and being like, I'm not here for you. I got my own climbing sponsorship. I'm here to climb. What are you doing? You want to come visit Colorado? It's pretty cool here. Which she did, came to visit and loved it and moved here.
Really?
From North Carolina, yeah.
Ooh la la.
Yeah.
And so were you dating?
We started dating in Ecuador when we were in college. Aww. And we dated until she passed away.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry about that part of the story.
Yeah, I don't. You see, I told you before.
No.
Before this, that you are gonna know the true story about what happened. Yeah, it's something I don't like to share with everybody. I really love this person, and it meant a lot to me. So I always keep this. You always want to keep something sacred sometimes for you, and I usually don't tell people that I came here and I was following this girl and then she died and I was heartbroken. It's better to say I came here to climb and I moved to Colorado because there's a lot of mountains, which they are. And I did all of that, but there's another a deeper part. Mm-hmm. Those things make you who you are.
Well, I feel honored that you are sharing it on my little podcast.
This is going to be a surprise for a lot of people. And of course, my really close friends and partners, they know, because I want to be truthful, where I come from and what has happened to me.
Ah.
Yeah.
Do you want to share anything else about her?
No, it's okay. She's awesome. She was amazing. And I loved her very much. Yeah. And how I got here, I took a plane. I flew. I had 2 backpacks and $1,000 in my pocket.
Oh my gosh.
I was 24 years old and I didn't know any English.
Really?
Yeah.
And how did you learn?
Climbing. Like, when I didn't have any friends who speak Spanish, so I would just go climb. I didn't have a place to live, so I was also like living in my tent. So I would go to like parks and set up my tent and just live there. Of course, I travel all over the place, but I was just climbing and like meeting people. My first job here in the United States was I was a valet parking because I didn't have to speak to people, but I knew how to drive a stick shift. So they were like, great, you don't have to do anything, just pick up the keys, drive the car, and then go back.
That's awesome.
But those were different times. I got Social Security because of the sponsorship, so I could work. But I didn't know how to speak English, so I could not just get any job.
Right.
I had this job. It was like crazy. I was cleaning windows, and they hire me so I can teach them how to set up the anchor systems from the roofs, so they can throw the ropes and they sit down and clean the the windows. But they fired me from that job because they told me like, you are not meant for physical labor. Just like, so it was like really funny. It was like, oh, okay,
What does
well,
that mean?
at least don't die. Please, I thought you had to do that, so don't die, please. But it was interesting. And like that's like the other thing that about like immigration that people don't know, right? The assumption is that a lot of people immigrate because they're poor and because they need to send money back home. And I have not sent $1 back home, like not one. And I've been here 27 years now.
Wow, 27 years. Dang. So if not for the sponsorship, do you think you'd be in the USA?
I don't know. If I wouldn't have the sponsorship, I mean, I needed something to do. I had a great job in Ecuador and I didn't want to, like, I wanted to make it worth come here, even though I loved her and I wanted to be with her. I moved to a different city than she was. I mean, I still have my own goals and my own life to live and all the things that I wanted to do too.
Yeah.
And like wanting to climb here was one of those things. I wanted to come and climb and I loved it. And I don't regret any of my time that I spent climbing and in here. It was great. I had an amazing time and I met amazing people and climbers taught me how to speak English.
Yeah.
Because I learned it by talking to them, right? By talking to people. I think the necessity, you know me, I talk a lot.
You don't say.
So I think like communicating is like important. Is important to me. So I wanted to communicate and be heard and be known maybe even.
Absolutely. The inability when I'm traveling to not really fluently speak anything, thank goodness for technology, is a bummer because I do like expressing myself as well and I want to get to know people. Thank goodness most people speak English, but I feel like the dummy when I only speak one language. Ugh.
Right, but it feels good. I don't know, like when you even try, they appreciate it.
They do, and I do
when
try.
you try it,
yes.
When you're actually trying to connect with people.
Yeah, exactly.
But you still, again, it's just curiosity. Like you're just curious. Like so many doors can open. Like my whole life has been about like being curious about what it is, being poly. Damn, like what is that? I'm curious about this. I want to know what it is. And I think just being curious just opens doors.
For sure.
Instead of like closing them.
This person takes drugs, you can tell. He goes
something
to Burning
going
Man.
on there.
When you first moved here, you probably had some sort of impression of the USA. What was that like versus the actual reality of the US?
I thought that people were colder. For sure.
Really?
100%.
In sunny Colorado?
Yeah. Well, also, like, I know that people are going to hate this, but, I moved to Boulder. I moved in Boulder, lived in Boulder I live in Boulder now. I've been in Boulder 27 years, so even though Boulder is different now, when I moved to Boulder, people, I think people still in Boulder are like pretty amazing, pretty open and pretty accepting and yeah. When the people that I met is that I still meet that new people in Boulder, I believe they are still like that. Also, maybe it is different because of my age and the people that I meet now.
Right.
I rarely meet, somebody who's like super young or college. I'm not interested in, and they're not interested in meeting people who are locals. Like they're just going to school there. Right,
Totally.
but the people that I meet, they're actually been in Boulder for a while. They're like amazing people. It has changed for sure, but when I just moved to Boulder, I was friends. Climbers were my community, and they're pretty pretty awesome. So I loved it. That was a good impression. Then the other one is like, it's pretty expensive to live here. Like
Yeesh.
the money was like, holy cow.
That
So
was surprising.
that was really surprising how
Yeah.
much it costs here. But again, I lived in Boulder, so it is a different.
Right.
Everything is more expensive in Boulder.
Yes.
So, rent and everything, but it is different now for sure. But I did live the American dream 100%.
You
Like
own
for me,
your own house,
I
right?
own my house. Like I bought my house 10 years after I moved here.
That's
But
amazing.
I've owned my house for 15 years already in Boulder.
Hell yeah.
At that time, when I moved here 27 years ago, I had 2 backpacks.
Wow.
I didn't know how to speak English. And 10 years after I arrived here, I bought my house in Boulder. I did believe at that time that if you work hard and you do the things right, you can get what you want. And I did.
Yeah.
So for me, I've been very lucky to be here. But right now it's like impossible. My partner can buy a house and she has an amazing job.
Yeah.
And she makes more money than I make, but it is impossible for her to own her own house.
Ugh.
I got very lucky. Now I don't believe I can buy another house. Oh, it sounds so awful to say. Oh, I can buy another house.
But I want one.
I want a house in the mountains.
I want one by the ocean.
I do believe this country has changed now more than when I got here.
Do you think it is more racist?
Oh, I believe this is the most racist country I've ever been.
Yeah.
And I travel and I've been in a lot of countries.
Yeah.
I've never seen more racism than I've seen in the United States. I believe for sure this is the most racist country that I've been.
Totally.
For sure.
And from when you first got here to now, it's even more, would you say? Or it's just a steady,
I think you can just see it more now.
Right.
Like before you just couldn't see it. Because that, the things that had happened to me. Like I'm not talking just about the things that I read or seen. That has happened to me.
Yeah.
Personal experience. And it's crazy for sure. I do believe that all cops are bastards and, fuck Israel, all that shit. Like I'm 100% into that.
Yeah.
And like men are shit for sure.
You're
like
always
women
saying
should
this.
be in power. Like 100%. Go girls, get it, like for sure. But I am woke and I am a social justice kind of annoying person. And that is the only way that I can express myself. Even the lawyer said, no, I'm always afraid that they're going to take like citizenship away.
Totally. Yes. Where we're at, I feel like the rules don't matter.
There's no law anymore. So like now, like I'm afraid to go home because if I come back, they might stop me and take my citizenship away or ask me why I'm here.
Yeah.
When, I believe I've done everything right and still doesn't matter. I'm brown though. So
right.
that's
you
the thing.
Sound funny.
You sound funny, sir. Where are you from? Where's your ID? So I have to go with my passport,
Yeah.
I have to give a copy of my passport at work so they can have it just in case. My partner has a copy of my passport just in case. It's just a different world. It's a different United States right now.
For sure.
This last year and a half has been a freaking nightmare for sure.
Yeah.
As an immigrant. Every minority.
Yeah.
Women, trans people, queer people, everybody who's a minority.
Yep.
It's not gonna be a good time.
Who is still in Ecuador that you are related to?
Everybody.
Mom and dad are still alive?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have no family here. That is for me the hardest part of being here.
When's the last time you saw them?
Last year. I see them. Good. I see them all the time. And we FaceTime. Like in person, I saw them last year. Like they're afraid of me going there. So they're coming this year because, see, that's like the other thing. I'm lucky. Not everybody can do that. My whole family lives there. They've been here millions of times.
That's awesome.
I cannot go see them, so they're coming to see me. For them, they have a visa. They can buy their own tickets. I don't have to buy them their tickets.
Right.
They're just coming to see me. Right? They're just happy to be here. That not a lot of immigrants are that lucky.
Exactly.
I am very lucky. I'm so privileged in the immigrant kind of thing because, but the loneliness is like, that is for me. I've cried so much. I missed birthdays, holidays, everything. My parents being sick and, being able to be there.
Yeah.
Birth of my niece and my nephew, like being there for my siblings, I miss everything.
Yeah.
I missed everything. That is really hard. And I cried many, many, many times. My dad is turning 80 this year, and I can go see him because
Oh,
they might not
right.
let me back in. So they're like, don't worry, we'll come to you. So,
That's so lovely.
but it is hard. Like, I go there more than they come here because it's easier for me to leave than for them to leave me. Does that make sense? Leave them there and come back home than for them to leave me here. When I leave, it feels better
I see.
than when they leave me.
Aw.
When someone leaves you is harder.
Yes.
It's probably like a breakup and stuff like that. When
Totally.
someone like leaves you and you just stay there and their presence is no longer there.
Oh, yes. I do know this.
That's hard. When I leave, I make it feels like it's my choice. So I'm choosing to leave.
Yeah.
And I'm coming home. So I'm not,
Right.
they're not leaving.
So besides obviously learning a fucking language, what were some other adjustments that were tricky? And being away from family, of course.
Being sick sucks.
It does.
I can
The healthcare.
think of healthcare more than like not being able to go to the doctor, not having the money to pay for the doctor.
Right.
Because in Ecuador, where I'm from, is free.
Right.
You can just go to the doctor.
What? Like you care about people's health?
You can you're sick, you just go. Don't even like you can have doctors come to your house and see you if you're sick and you can go. Yeah, like being sick was like knowing how much healthcare costs. Oh, distances. Ecuador is the size of Colorado, like almost identical. Going places, that was like, oh my God, this is so far. Like, goddamn.
And probably the public transportation is not great.
Yeah, that's true, but that is not everywhere. That was not because I've been here before and I've been to New York and all those places where there's like easy. Right. So like I was prepared. There's no public transportation. Like in Boulder, it's so small. Like I had a bike, so I was just riding everywhere. Like it wasn't like a huge thing. But distances were like going to another places. So I was just like, oh my God, it's so far. Yeah. You can go. But also at the same time, you can also get there super quickly for how far it is because, you get on the highway and it's just like, oh my God. The traffic now is like crazy. It wasn't like this when I moved here. Yeah. Like when I moved here, you can go skiing and don't wait hours like coming back. You can definitely just be a normal person. Right. Not like leaving your car.
Many people, but it's not the immigrants. It's just other states.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen a lot of like brown people with like skis and things on like stuck in I-70. They're probably cooking all the food and all that stuff.
It's because it's not accessible.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly. And living somewhere, driving 2 hours to work.
The joy. This is about joy, right? It is.
Yes.
Just recording it is joyful.
I'm having fun.
Good. Well, let's transition though. What are some moments that have felt really joyful in your journey?
Oh my God, so many. I live here. Came to climb and I stayed. Yeah. Like I would not and left everything, so I love being here. I love my friends. I love my community. I love my partners. I love what I built here. I love my friends. I mean, I have friends, for so many years and the new friends that I keep making and the new adventures and everything. I love my life. I am so happy to be here and live the life that I live. Like I've been saying, you just go out with curiosity and like about the world. I don't see how can you fail. Yeah. It's just don't know how you cannot find the joy of living by just being curious about other people and other places and other things that are happening around the world and not just being so closed up. This is like the kind of thing that's just like, oh, you're woke, but I think that we're just like the more open, accepting people out there. I don't think there's a lot of judgment. Well, I do judge MAGA people because they just deserve to be judged more than anything. So, yes. But like, I pretty much judge them because they have no curiosity about what is out there. Totally. Like, I hate them because they're idiots.
Yeah.
Because I actually know them.
Because they're the Nazis.
They're literally being curious about them, and there's nothing there.
No.
So it's just like, sorry, I have to walk away from this. It's just not connecting there. I do like to cut people out, though. I have no problems doing that too, because I don't have time to entertain certain things. It's just, and it's okay. I believe it's okay. When it just doesn't work, it just doesn't work. Like, you don't have to be friends with everybody. You don't have to accept all the bigotry of other people.
Right. I think it's easier for people such as us to be curious because we do have privilege, right?
Yep.
When we're in despair, I think it's harder to lean in with curiosity. And I still think it's very important. So when you're feeling hopeless, curiosity feels so far away, find it. Curiosity leads to creation, and that's what you need when you're down and out.
Yeah.
That's my wise stoner
I like that
moment.
I like that. Can you repeat that?
Oh, God, no. No, that if you...
Curiosity leads to creation.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's what you need when you're down and out.
Oh, I like that. Curiosity leads to creation.
Yeah. Think about people who are fucking experiencing homelessness and whatnot. And it's
get a job!
Bootstraps thing. And it's like, it's not that fucking easy.
It's not that easy.
Yeah.
It's not. I personally don't know what's out there. I live here. This is my home. Yeah. I lived here longer than I lived in Ecuador.
That's wild.
There's no way. I don't see myself ever going back to my country to live. Which is why I said, no, I buy a place there and have it, but I will never sell my house here. Here's where my friends are. My parents are going to die at some point, and then there will be nothing in that country.
Right.
Like for me, I mean, my brother, my whole family.
There's nothing.
My whole family still live there, but it is not the same attachment. My parents are mostly why I go home. Of course, I love my siblings, but I'm going home to see my parents. Usually, I stay at my parents' house. I go to my house. Don't go to siblings' houses. You know? So it is. I think it will be different when my parents are no longer here for me.
My parents live here. They kind of followed me and my sister to Colorado.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah. I think you did tell me that.
My grandma passed away from my small little town in Wyoming, and I would prefer to never go back there again. Unfortunately, I have to go this summer for something I can't share. It's a surprise thing. No, I don't want to go back there.
When the roots are not there anymore, then, I mean, I always love my country, and I always root for my country. Like, if my country is playing any sports or they're doing anything, I'm rooting for my country, no matter what.
Of course.
Like, no matter what. Even though I live here, longer than, in my own country, like, it's still my country, and I still love my country, like, dearly.
Do you have a community of immigrants or people from Ecuador who live here?
Ecuador is a very small country.
Yeah.
So there's not a lot of Ecuadorians. And even though I have brown friends, they're not from Ecuador. So even though we're all brown, we're not the same culture. We're not the same. I have Mexican friends, but we're not the same. They're Mexicans, and I'm from Ecuador. Right. We don't speak the same language. Yeah. Even though we both speak Spanish, they speak different. They speak a different language than I do. And I love them. And when I love speaking Spanish, with them when that happens. I do not have like a community. I have friends who speak Spanish. They're like not from here, but I don't have like a group of friends that we like get together and hang out and speak Spanish. No, I do not.
Do you speak Spanish every day?
I mean, I write in Spanish every day. My mom sends me a note, a good morning thing every morning. So I say, I say hello to my mom every day. Yeah.
That's sweet.
Yeah. I mean, I love having my friends and speak Spanish with them and just all of that, but I do not need a community like that. I think it's like a main groups for me. Like, I think they're just like trauma bonding and not like actually let's be better men. I mean, in my opinion.
What do you think really helped you to create the community that you have and the life that you have?
I think I'm pretty extroverted, and I think I love to learn a lot.
The curiosity.
So, yeah. See, it's just, for me, it's a bit like a magic word. You know, you can just open the doors to so many things. I mean, people who knows me, you know, who see me, like, I think I'm very non-threatening person. Like
Yeah.
you look at me, you know, I'm very approachable.
Yeah.
I think. So I think that has helped a lot, you know, being open to learn new things. And well, I also been in therapy for like freaking this therapy now. I'm gonna be almost 10 years now. So my therapist knows me better than anybody. No one knows me better than my therapist. I can absolutely say that.
Wow.
Now when we talk, you know, she doesn't have to write anything. She just looks at me and says like, okay, tell me what happened with this. You know, it's like a very open, honest conversation and all the things, but also super loving. And you know, I know that she cares for me and I trust her with my life.
Wow.
100%. Therapy has saved my life. Like when my partner died, I don't know what I would have done. How would I have done that alone? Like my therapist at that time was so amazing. I remember my first session with her. I just walked in and she asked me, so what's up? And I just started crying and she let me cry for an hour.
Wow.
I sat in that chair for an hour crying and she did not say a word.
Wow.
And when it was time, she said like, you feeling better? And I just said like, yes. And she said, I'll see you next week.
Yeah.
I love therapy. My therapist is it's not my friend because we don't hang out, but you know, she knows me the best.
It is weird. It does feel like a friend. But
it feels like a friend, but it's not. Like, you know, when I see her like outside of therapy, you know, run out into her or something, it's just like we just like hug awkwardly. It's just like so different.
Kudos to men going to therapy.
Man, I spend a lot of money on therapy. I love it. But I also spend a lot of money in a lot of things. You know, a lot of classes, a lot of workshops, a lot of, you know.
It shows.
Yeah. Thank you.
It really does.
I will absolutely recommend everybody to travel. Not even just like, you don't have to move. You don't have to pick up all your stuff and go.
Right.
You can just go to see if you like it and then stay, or, you know, come back and then try to make it happen. But like travel, go out, like go see the world. It's just so amazing to get to know those people. They're like so great.
For sure.
Yeah. I love that. I love meeting people. I love learning. It's awesome.
Well, this is a big question. How can we support immigrants in this lovely time of the fucking USA?
My God. This is so hard. Just be supportive. We are the kind of people who don't ask for anything. You won't find an immigrant asking you for help. That is for sure. I can guarantee you that. I love people, you know, when even I cannot go out protest, I love people just being out there, standing up for other people.
Yeah.
And support is, you know, visibility. You know, we talk about like we're out there. You don't see us. You go to a restaurant, we're cooking that food.
Yeah.
We are cooking the food. We're cleaning every office in this town, if not in the whole country. Like we're making every bed in hotels, picking up everything in, you know, in the fields. Nobody recognized that. It's just being supportive.
Supportive looks like visibility and protesting. What else?
Speaking up.
Yeah.
Speaking up is like huge for me. You know, I love seeing people just speaking up, like show up, participate.
Exactly. No longer on the sidelines, people.
No. And I see it. It's not, this is the thing, right? In our community, we are so supportive.
Yeah.
We are so out there for each other.
Yeah.
And it's just like older people.
Now we need to bring that in.
For everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to do with things like this.
Thank you, Maggie. You're the best. Thank you so much for doing this.
My pleasure. Well, perhaps my final question. What does joy look like for you now?
Oh my God, like this. In this moment, this has been amazing. Absolutely. Right now, joy for me just means enjoying time with my partners, FaceTiming with my mom, making sure she knows that I am okay.
Right.
Catching out with my friends. Like we've been laughing so much all this time that we've been like talking. But again, you know, this is kind of what we do. Like I love personally like laughing a lot. Even though I'm like really hard on the things that I believe in and stubborn sometimes about it, I do like to laugh and have fun with my friends. And I love loving my friends. I love just, hugging them and like being with them and supporting them in whatever they want to do. The World Cup is coming. That will bring me a lot of joy.
From a South American man.
Yeah, the World Cup is going to be amazing. So I'm looking forward for that.
No quiero football.
Smiling with my friends and hanging out is the best.
Well, I think that's the perfect way to end it, on a smile.
Thank you, Maggie.
Absolutely. Bye-bye. Thank you for listening, for feeling, for remembering joy with me. If something in today's episode stirred something in you, I really would love to hear about it. You can reach me at howtojoypodcast@gmail.com, or you can find more of my writing at sparklefabmags, mags.wordpress.com. If you'd like to keep walking this path of joy with me, I hope you'll subscribe, share the podcast with someone you love, or leave a review. I've been told that those small actions really help more than you know. And finally, I'll leave you with this. Joy isn't always loud. It isn't always easy, but it is still possible, even now, even here. So I invite you all to take a deep breath, soften where you can, and let one small joy find you this week. I'll be back soon with more stories, more questions, and more reasons to remember joy. Until next time, have a sparkle fabulous day.